Maybe Kevin Sheedy has shown us some of these Essendon players old shots of the way he used to give away the 15 metres.
Now there is the shade of Bernie Quinlan that we knew last year. A good mark in the pack. Mark Scott dropped his eyes when he took that mark, but he held it long enough to be paid. He's kicked 2. They need this one, Bobby. 2-2 in fact. To Mark Scott's credit.
A couple of chances in this term actually.
Left foot drop punt. Floating goalwards. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. The goal umpire loses his hat, but he's unconcerned. A goal, 10-9 to 11-7. Nothing in this one at the Junction Oval on 7's big lead.
It's a nice goal by Mark Scott. A desperately needed goal as the goal umpire gets his hat back from one of the fans. And, when I say desperately needed, they just could not allow Essendon to get any further in front. On the bounce. Coleman, who's had a great duel with Madden, beaten for it by Madden. Loken's short kick forced on by Osborne. The tap out now comes to Barwick. Barwick, it took a little bit too long to get rid of it. It's kicked off the ground by Coleman. A great effort there as the hand pass comes across from Reeves to Quinlan, and it's another one to the Fitzroy star. Bernie Quinlan brings up his second goal. Good hand pass there by Reeves.
And great play there by Quinlan. In fact, it really did start with him, as we see only a 2-point break in proceedings. Socket off the ground, but prior to that it was Quinlan who tapped the ball forward, then followed play down. He was able then to pick it up and convert truly. And they're back in business with Bernie booting 2. And this should start the cheer squad going. 11-9 to 11-7, a 2-point break to the Royals. Centre bounce once again. Coleman and Madden to do battle. No decisive tap away. Darnell ducked his head and he's gone for holding the ball. Glenn Coleman has tried hard all day against difficult odds. He puts it out wide. The Roys are starting to run. Burke up towards full forward. Off target and well off target and out of bounds on the full.
Inexperience again showing, Sandy, but with youngsters like Burke playing, I think, his second game, he was up there in Sydney last week, and you just cannot give experience to somebody. They have to earn it out on the field.
11-9 to 11-7, a 2-point margin favouring the Roys. Van der Haar was the flyer in front, no mark completed. The umpire, Tony Bryant, will come in and elect to have a bounce in front of a pretty good crowd here at the Junction Oval. It's built up steadily throughout the afternoon. Conditions weren't ideal to start with as Quinlan gets a hurried quick G's come into the game in this term. Scott could have given away the free kick. Conlon picks it up. He snaps and he goes. Mickey won't be left out of the game. 4 goals to him. And what a seesawing game we've got on our hands. 12-9 to 11-7, this time favouring Fitzroy on 7's big lead.
On 7's big lead, we're watching the replay as Michael Conlon picks the ball up, snaps truly, and well, that's 3 great snapshots that Conlon has kicked out of his 4 goals. Coleman against Madden. Both players have been in there right throughout. Madden wins the tap. He's won most of the taps, but Coleman's been a great player around the field. The hand pass from Bahaja, taken by Barwick. He goes after it again, kicks the ball off the ground. Coming across is Watson. Barwick showing his inexperience though, and takes the ball, the player away. A short pass forward. Harvey could easily have received a free kick. Pert coming out. Strong play by Gary Pert. Pert now with a short pass. Great football from the back player. Osborne took his eyes off the ball. Gets himself into trouble, but a hand pass to Loken gets them out of danger. Loken from the wing, down towards the half-forward line. Reeves from behind. It's tapped away by Van der Haar. Carey's first on the scene. Gathers it in, the hand pass smothered. Good play there by the Fitzroy forwards to make sure the ball was trapped in the forward line. And so we'll find a bounce to take place. Forward pocket for Fitzroy, with Fitzroy 81 points, Essendon 73.
Mark Thompson off, Mark Eustace on.
Bounce in the forward pocket. Madden gets the tap down, but Harger cannot get the ball clear, and we'll have another bounce only 5 metres further away from the Fitzroy goal.
Well, the Bombers, Bobby, have struggled in recent years at this ground. An ideal surface, but for some reason they found it hard. Folds and Conlon over the line. Mickey Conlon looking for the free kick.
anything's worth a try.
My word it is, particularly in their position they're in at the moment. 12-9 to 11-7, favouring Fitzroy after the Bombers snuck away to an 11-point break early on in this term. Loken goes over the top of Watson, gets it out to Wilson. Wilson gets the quick one across to Richard Osborne. He fires away, but is off target. One behind him.
Not forgetting though, Sandy, that Essendon will be coming home with the breeze, and it's a sort of day where it could blow up a little.
Yes, well, we could be in for a very torrid and tight last quarter. Short, dangerously short, but it's come off. Watson plays on. I think Tim's been a little frustrated today. Hurd, will he have to get his kick? And he's well shepherded. Great shepherding allows him to get his kick clear out towards Frank Donnell on centre wing. Fine piece of football, that. Donnell. Salmon. Caught behind on that occasion, the mark taken by Michael Coates. Coates plays on quickly. They go backwards as Hinchin gets a hurried kick out to Wilson on the defensive side. He'll run into Watson. No, he goes over the top. Could be dangerous. The quick handball came from Pekin. Across to Osborne. Forward they go once again. Richard's kick is long, but he's off target. Still kept in play, I believe, down on that far corner as Bernie Quinlan goes over the top, very close to the boundary line, out on the ball, and I think it may be a free kick to Bernie Quinlan. Well, he may. See what he does here. I think he'll use the banana ball. Some call it check side kick.
It's Australian, Sandy.
Let's see what he does. No, he's going to use the drop punt. Doesn't matter. It's not on the one behind only.
I think a few of the Fitzroy players were trying to con the goal umpire.
It tried us too, I think. 12-11 to 11-7 on Seven's big league.
As Peter Bradbury prepares to win the ball. That's not Peter Bradbury, that's the Fitzroy Seagulls. Some kicking Seagulls, I might say. Walsh up high, yes, there's no doubting it's a mark. Kevin Walsh now from the half-back line. Handball straight away to Eustace. Gets out of trouble, swings it in towards the centre. Coleman coming across, couldn't take the mark. It's stumped on by Donnell, taken by Ezard. The hand pass to Baker. Good players. Baker goes for the short pass, and Salmon accepts it. Yes, Leon Baker really does dispose of the ball well. Salmon now with the opportunity of bringing up goal number 6. So, wasn't much any fullback would have been able to do on that occasion. So Essendon got the ball out of the centre. A lovely pass from Leon Baker. So Paul Salmon, 35 metres out, directly in front. The goal umpire comes across, but still indicates goal number 6 to Paul Salmon. And Essendon go to 12 goals, 7. Fitzroy on 12-11, so it's back to a...
Dawn breaks in the Scottish Highlands, and one of nature's wonders turns a hillside walk into an unforgettable experience.
Foster's Lager, it's got the flavor that's taken it all around the world.
Foster's Lager. Ah. When you buy word processing from Wang, you get more than just the best-selling word processing in the world. You get an easy-to-use system that opens the door to the world of office automation. An incredible world that can include data processing, voice and image processing, even worldwide communications. No wonder more people choose word processing from Wang. When you consider all the things it can do, it's an open and shut case.
I got a mate. I got a mate. I got a mate. Call Mazda.
Real tough mate I go to work with. Real tough mate who works real hard. Real tough mate I gotta rely on. I got a mate called Mazda. This new E-Series is a real beauty. The whole range is hard and tough and efficient like all the Mazdas when it comes to business, but downright pampering when it comes to basics. Can't do nothing without a mate, and I got a mate called Mazda.
We got it all right here in your South Wales. Everything to do and see for you and me. The whole wide world is at your doorstep. New South
Monday night on Cop Shop. Suspended Inspector Timms offers a deal to the known leader of a large crime syndicate. Timms claims to innocence look suspect as the underworld gets busy. Monday, 8:30 on Cop Shop. Be there.
So we're back to 83 playing 79. 4 points the margin. Just over 21 minutes played. Centre bounce, third term. Coleman and Madden. Won by Madden as he tried to tap it down almost to himself. Bacon. Thick of things again. To the half-forward line. Harvey, I think, has given away the free kick. He has so, and Timmy Pekin shoots away up towards the half-forward line. Folds comes out and takes it on the chest. Fold, he could go indirectly to Baker, but he elects to go more down the ground. Looking for Bahaja, who's giving away approximately a foot. Oh, courageous effort. A very courageous effort by both players, really, particularly Reeves, who was coming at the football and just kept his eye on it, and he'll receive the free kick. Any guts there, Bob?
Certainly, Sandy.
So, Michael Reeves, a chance to steady Fitzroy. For the moment, anyway. The Bombers are within 4 points. Reeves, not one of the league's most prolific goal kickers. His drop punt going across the face of goal and registering one behind, so the margin is now 5 points. 79 plays 84 on the 7th Big League.
Some merits in defence, or it has been for a while now, Sandy, probably 5 minutes or so. And Vanderhaar up on the forward line as Osborne punches it away from Watson. Richard Osborne, given the task of going everywhere that Timmy Watson has today, has not disgraced himself. Not that Watson has either, because he's really a top player, Timmy Watson, always giving some value to his side. Eustace takes it from the big fellow Madden. Now we find Roos coming across, couldn't gain possession. Going to push in the back to Frank Dunnell, and he comes out with the free kick. Dunnell now, centre of the ground. Straight down the ground, looking for Vanderhaar. Punched away from Vanderhaar. Coates up there, puts it wide. Can Burke get there first? Tried to tap it over the back to Wilson, but Dunnell puts it forward. Eustace coming out with us, puts the short kick up, and it's taken by Ezard. Ezard now, forward pocket, well within kicking distance. Alan Ezard. Two rovers out there, cleared by Melbourne. Ezard and Elshaw. This time it's Ezard. No score to date. He's about to change that.
Kick.
Nice goal by Alan Ezard. Essendon back in front by 1 point. 12-12, 13-7. 9 times during this game we found the lead changing hands. And Lee Manane is about to come on the ground as we watch the replay of the mark. Alan Ezard taking that mark. And Lee Manane onto the ground for the first time during this game with Michael Reeves coming off. Madden from the centre. Looks for Vanderhaar. Punched away by Williamson. Logan taps the ball forward. Well trapped by Dunnell. Penalised though because he did not try and get the ball out. And the kick will be taken by Peter Burke.
Burke, just on the defensive side of centre, is in trouble. Eventually he gets round onto the left foot. Goes to half forward. Scott gives a gentle nudge and a push. Wilson having to give chase on that occasion. The umpire calls play on as the kick comes high. Baker can't trap it, nor can Ezard. They both go in after it now. Baker almost comes away with the football, but umpire Peter Howe says, no boys, I'm going to have a bounce. Well, we're into time on. 1 point the difference. A great game of football with this lead seesawing some 9 times thus far. Quinlan receiving the hurried handball down towards Conlon. He's got a shocking bounce, but he does have backup support. Manane's just come onto the ground. He shoots at goal, and he goes right across the face and registers one behind only to tie the scores away at 85 apiece. Lee Manane back in the fray once again. Watson setting himself. Really never any doubt about that mark. As Bobby said, a very serviceable player for Essendon, and a man with great skill. Vanderhaar, the Dutchman, has been somewhat curbed with his flights today. He does have 15 metres.
Was the kid supposed to just let Vanderhaar run off?
No, he wasn't, Bobby. nevertheless, he got the 15. Harvey in front. He can wend up high. Waiting down is Eustace. Floating a kick towards full forward. Hitchens given away the free kick. No, said the umpire. Madden has percentage. And he fires with a high kick towards full forward. Some holding on going on there. The umpire hasn't seen. And eventually it's gone the other way. Well, Gary Pert appeared to be held. But the umpire seemed fit to take it the other way. What do you shake your head at, Bob?
The first free kick should have gone the other way, Sam.
Yes, quite agree.
Tony Bahaja offline, 1 goal, 1 on the board, and now it's 86-85 Essendon. But it's a great game of football here. Yep. Both sides putting up creditable performances and really applying pressure to each other as Pert gets a lead from Hinchin. Hinchin diving, does not let Pert down. He recovers quickly and puts a kick up towards centre wing. Dunnell from behind has the fly, thumps it out towards the boundary line. It goes over before Walsh of Essendon can gain possession, so the throw-in will take place on centre wing, outer side of the ground. 85-86. 1 point in favour of the Bombers. We're very, very close to three-quarter time. Madden up and down, but still got the tap. It's knocked on, kicked off the ground by Ezard. Picked up by Bahaja. Bahaja's high floating kick. Van der Haar, the favourite, brings it down. It's taken by Elshaw. Elshaw gets the hand pass towards Harvey. Harvey tackled from behind. Now it's at the Van der Haar. Comes out to Eustace. Eustace straightens up, puts it across the face of goal though, and out of bounds on the full. So the free kick will be taken by either Leon Harris or Bill Logan. Harris will be right alongside the behind post. 15-metre penalty. Harris now wobbles a kick towards half forward. Good effort by Madden. Doesn't come out with a dough. Ezra gives it across now to Eustace. Eustace tackle gets given plenty of time. Williamson taps it towards the boundary, and a throw-in will take place right in front of our commentary position, just down in front of the Fitzroy race.
86 plays 85. A point favouring the Bombers. Close to siren time to end the third term. Williamson comes over the top. Taps it wide. Leon Baker will be first to the football. Keeps it in play. Dummied the handball beautifully to Tim Watson. Watson goes short. Bahaja loose on the half-forward line. Away he swings. Hooking it back for Salmon. And he's got it. Van der Haar's down, but Salmon is reigning supreme at the moment. He's kicked 6. And Vander came down very heavily. But young Paul Salmon. Fine start to the season it's been.
That is the understatement of the year.
35 metres out, almost directly in front. The fish will shoot. The fish shall go, and the Master Blaster is on fire for the Bombers. 7 to his credit, and away they sneak again. 14-8 to 12-13 on 7's big lead.
Well, there was little between the sides in the first 3 quarters, but Essendon came away to finally win it by 51 points. And the goal kickers for the match, the major ones, Salmon got 8 for Essendon, and for Fitzroy, Mickey Conlon 5 and Scott 3. Stats on the match, Essendon
4 in the third term. Knocked away from him on this occasion. Out of play, Essendon's forward pocket.
Bombers by 7 points. Salmon contesting. Gets it down to Elshaw, who throws it away and will be penalised. Relieving free kick to go to Coates, and now a 15-metre penalty. And another 15-metre penalty. Elshaw, Ritardi getting back on the mark. Coates coming around the grandstand side, kicks poorly. Donnell, well spoiled by Burke.
It was an inexcusable play, really. He had plenty of time to line up his kick, and again, the effect of giving away the 15 penalties was to make a very static forward line to kick into.
Boundary throw in. Madden dominating, gets it down, comes out to Donnell, who screws it back well. That's in towards centre half forward. And Harvey takes a clever mark. Wastes no time, kicks long. Salmon cleverly knocks the ball on, grabs it himself, punts, and it's touched off the boot.
To back up those comments about the 15-metre penalties, Essendon have been using them methodically all through the day. They've probably given away something like 15 to 20 15-yard penalties, and it's certainly slowed the ball coming off the Fitzroy backline.
Well, Gary Pert goes for the short kick this time to the rover and Harris, who got away nicely. He moves down the half-back line, kicks the ball to the half-forward line to Quinlan at half-forward, Fowles with him. Quinlan got his hands, can't hang onto it. Eustace for the Bombers. Coleman for the Lions. And Coleman just between half-back and the wing position. He's taking plenty of time on this occasion. Down to Quinlan. One-hander won't get anything here. This is Manane. Manane swinging around. Now he gets back onto the kicking foot, but decides to give it to Harris. Harris's long kick to Conlon and Carey. Conlon from the back, Carey from the front. Wilson gets it, a lovely blind turn, but Carey was right there to nab him. Bahaja flips one over his head, back into the half-back line, taken by Eustace. Oh, good shepherding there by Madden. He's done that a couple of times, up to the half-forward line. Classic mark there.
Quick to play on his coach from the fence. He drives it up towards half-forward, looking for Roos. Roos backing his judgment. Does it well, good ball skills. Quickly on to Quinlan. Quinlan up towards Conlon, he leads out and drops a sitter. Kicked forward by Burke. Donnell puts him under pressure, does it well. Has Carey in support. It comes out to Fowles. Good shepherding by Carey, but Fowles can't control it. Now off the boot of Fowles. Free kick to Fitzroy. Going to Conlon. Conlon, bad mistake. He should have held that mark in the previous passage. Wilson interfered with by Hurd. And the Fitzroy skipper has this free kick in the forward pocket.
Which is lucky because Roos then played Osmotic advantage and hit the behind post, so it's worked very well for Fitzroy.
The Lions led by 2 points at quarter time, Essendon by 1 at half time and by 7 at three-quarter time. They now lead by 8 points. Wilson fancies his chances, coming out of the shadows of the grandstand. He's hooked at a fraction. Scott's long arms from behind, not good enough. Quickly taken by Madden to Merritt. To Donnell, who knocks the ball forward. Van der Haar runs his full measure and puts the Bombers into attack. A good kick for Harvey. Thornton to tidy up for Fitzroy. Kicks to the outer wing. Look at Van der Haar. He's covered plenty of space, running well. On the left boot this time. In towards the big Coleman though for Fitzroy. Baker to spoil. He does it well. Out to Ezard. He puts the ball on the ground. Umpire how to bounce at centre half forward for the Bombers, who lead by 8 points at the 5-minute mark of the final term.
Scores were levelled 6 times, and they've changed 12 times in the match so far. That's Coleman with a hand out. Van der Haar lifting his game in this final term. Good play by Bahaja. Quickly up to full forward. Man in front is Pert this time. He's had a torrid task trying to contain the brilliant Salmon, who's kicked 7, and kicks a long one right down the outer wing to Manane. Van der Haar was upset going for the ball. Wilson comes in, ran right over the top of it. Kicking in danger, you might think about that one. Tunnelled out. Can Manane pick it up? He does. The whistle's gone. He takes his kick, plays on straight to Logan.
Good play. Logan quickly gives the ball away to Thornton. Thornton gives it back to Logan, who's running into space. He'll give it on to Wilson. The Fitzroy skipper will take it just inside the boundary line. He's got room to run in and fire it at goal. And he's put it well offline. Through from behind. Merritt now in defence when Scott looked dangerous in the third term. Good lead by Madden. Took 2 attempts to get it. Didn't matter. Watson, we haven't seen him do this very much today. He gets away from Roos. Gets around Williamson. Out to Eustace is good play. Eustace will go long. Salmon dropping back, goes one hand, that's not good enough. Peakin to tidy up for Fitzroy, but it's all Essendon. Baker, no one within 50 metres of him. Fires at the open goal. Cool play, he's put it through. That's his second.
Fitzroy being very heavily penalised there for not having an option as they came out of defence. Baker cleverly sitting just one kick behind the play. Was able to convert very simply. Here we see the ball coming out, and Baker really well on his own. Very little pressure from the Fitzroy players, and a very accurate kick as usual.
You're right, Smarky. Baker is a cool customer. Madden once more. Ezard the rover. Van der Haar. No, he went to the tap down to Harvey running by. It was good thinking, but where is it? Oh, Harvey goes down. Pressured out of it. Ball rolls loose. Hawker, he's been a quiet player. Threw it out in front of him. It was a Boland, and he pays a penalty. The kick going to Burke. Burke on the half-back flank.
Goes short looking for Wilson. Hurd to come in and spoil. Does it well. Throw in on the grandstand wing.
Once again, we saw the ball coming up slowly for Fitzroy into a very static-looking forward line.
Madden and Coleman, they've done the bulk of the ruck work all day. Down to Donnell. He gets one for in the back.
Donnell's been a pretty effective player on that wing in the second half, I think.
Done very well. Taken Wood's place since half-time on that centre wing. Hurd into centre half forward. Thumped out by Williamson. Barwick. Only as far as opposition player Izzard. His kick is offline. But it gives the Bombers a 14-point lead at the 7.5-minute mark of the final term.
Pert's kick is a good one to a very effective player in Thornton. Kept them in it in that first half. Burke, the right measure behind Donnell. Scott standing well back in the goal area at this stage, but Burke chipping in towards half forward to Quinlan. Went too early. Foles has a tap. Manane gets it now. Manane gets a call from Osborne, 40 metres out. The kick is not long enough, and it lands in the arms of Barrett standing in the last line of defence.
He didn't know whether to go for goal or to go for Scott, I think. Merritt does it well to the outer side. He's got no one to kick it to. Barwick is there all on his own. Cool effort under pressure. Back into towards the pocket. A few options here for Fitzroy. When the ball hits the deck, it's Manane. Cleverly centering it. Scott and Merritt. Osborne. Collision. Tough play by Logan, and even tougher by Merritt. Brilliantly out to Carey. Great stuff. Izzard brings it away for the Bombers. He's got plenty of support. Out to Baker. Great running play by the Bombers. Baker to Van der Haar. Fitzroy free kick. Pekin trying to burst through, was grabbed when not in possession, and he'll tidy up for the Lions and centre half back. In towards Williamson in the centre of the ground. Quite sure where to go now. He's told to play on. And Watson takes a clever mark. Coming into the game in this final term, players running everywhere. He gets it to Van der Haar, who's livened up the Bombers' attack at centre half forward. That's a poor kick.
Yes, he really has livened it up. I guess I was a bit critical of the move of Merritt into the back half in the previous quarter, but it certainly worked very well. Merritt started to get a few kicks in this quarter, and Van der Haar's really given them a lot of life that they lacked with Merritt centre half forward earlier in the game. Fitzroy
have made a switch. Coleman's been moved on to Van der Haar. Williamson now rucking.
There's a tap out the back. That's Thornton charging after the ball. He's tackled very strongly, brought to the ground. Didn't have much to do but to knock the ball out of play. That's what's going to happen. 10-minute mark, final term. The Bombers lead 100 to Fitzroy's 86, and Salmon doing the ruck work. Over his head, Thompson. A nonchalant chip straight through, and that's really going to take the heart out of Fitzroy.
Just showed a bit too much method. Here we see Salmon going for the boundary throw in. The Fitzroy player actually getting the hit out, but really no pre-organised plan of attack. Hit the ball straight down. An Essendon player in Thompson, and Thompson, an excellent shot.
So the Bombers with a nice cushion of 20 points at the 11-minute mark of the final term. Go back into attack through Bahagia to Donnell. Donnell from centre half forward. Salmon and Pert two out. Good spoil. Essendon players on the ground, but it's forced through from behind. So the lead now 21 points.
There again we saw the very successful tactics of Pert today. He couldn't reach the ball, trying to hit Salmon's hands, and it's really worked very well in one-on-one situations.
Well, here's a man we speak of, booting the ball beautifully back into play to Coleman. Will have the right over Van der Haar, couldn't grasp it. Eustace for Essendon takes it. Across to Thompson. He's left footer again, but marked in the teeth of goal there by Pekin.
Pekin quickly on to Harris, but the ball will go back. As time on has been blown for the man to be brought back on the mark. And we're going to have some problem here.
Another 15-yard, I suspect.
Peter Howe there telling young Tim Pekin he must kick over his mark that way. A little bit bewildering.
So I've never been able to quite grasp that rule.
So he said he's going the other way. So he'll go back there and have to do it all over again.
But I cannot see anything wrong with the player passing the ball into the pocket from that position. This is a rather silly rule, having to kick over the mark, and one the game could well do without it. It really just ends up a lot of delay. Fitzroy player will now find himself kicking into a very big pack of players.
Now, which way will he go? He's still a little confused. Back there. That's okay. And there'll be a free kick to Hurd, is it?
Yes.
Over at half full.
Well, Hurd's a pretty long kick too, Smucky. He may just about make it from here.
Bombers lead by 21 points. Been going about 13 minutes in this final term. Probably the biggest margin there's been all day. Oh, that's a lovely kick by Hurd. It's an even bigger margin now. Make that 27. That's his first. And all that fiddling around by Pekin. That free kick by Hurd resulted in something positive.
It was a fair prediction there, Jeff.
Well, he's a long kick when he gets onto them. I suppose we all are when you get onto them.
Were you? Hey, you're kidding us, Jeffrey.
113 to 86. The Bombers running away in this final term, but it's Williamson on the ruck against Madden now. Eustace getting a few kicks around the middle in this final term. Van der Haag's in a bit of trouble this time as well. He certainly copped a bit. Izzard tries to race away with it, but Van der Haag's been given the mark, or the free kick. And he's another one of those fellows that can kick the ball a country mile. Lining up for a big one. Did it get there?
Yep.
It just fell in. So Vander's first score.
Once again, Jeff Leake showing that he knows the Essendon side very well. A lovely shot by Van der Haag. Here's the incident where Van der Haag was given the free kick. It's a little hard to work out what actually happened, but it looks as though it was given for a head-high tackle.
So the Bombers with a nice cushion as Madden gets yet another tap down, but the kick by Bahar just smothered out to Manane, who was very quickly tackled. Thornton off the ground to Condon, who plays it to himself. Can't handle it. Harris. Very well done out to Condon, to Manane. Oh, he just gives it away to the opposition player, Carey. They're still fighting the game out, Fitzroy. It's a big task now as they're down by 33 points, 15 minutes into this final term. Now down by just 7 at three-quarter time.
Quinlan in the ruck now. Madden goes down. Interference against Quinlan. I just grabbed him on the leg or something, Mike, did you, as he went down, when Madden went down. Now Bernie Quinlan, certainly not top form today, 2 goals. But playing at centre-half forward now, that's a lovely long kick. Scott, no idea. Manane had his grasp there. By Josie's a great mark, this fella, for his inches. Giving away 6 inches twice there to Merritt. And also Madden. And Manane for his 5th kick. 33 points down. Fitzroy and Manane plants that through for a behind. How could you miss from point-blank range?
That's an interesting one, actually, Jeff. It confirms something that I was wondering about earlier. He's only been on really in the second half, Manane, and he's had 2 opportunities midfield to have a shot for goal. Both times he's really centred the ball rather than have a go, and that probably is why.
Merritt to the leading Madden in front of Williamson. Madden has dominated the ruck duels today. Donnell the target, but Wilson, as his opponent Hurd slipped. 15-metre free again. Hurd just creeping in from the side. So Wilson to put the Lions back into attack, but not much fluidness about their movement up there as Fold gets it out. Only as far as Coleman. He's been very quiet since half-time. Bahaja, almost the smallest man on the ground. To Watson, Osborne up. Clever judgment, Watson to Eustace. Back to Watson. Down the ground he goes with a full head of steam up. He's taken at the length of the ground. Still going. In short to Izzard is good. Izzard is off and on his way. And he's fired it right through the centre. Brilliant goal by the Bombers. That's his second.
That play set up in beautiful fashion, right out of the last line of defence by Watson. Running the ball forward. Exceptional speed. And giving the ball to Izzard, leading to a very easy goal.
Essendon's hero, Timmy Watson, just figured in a marvellous run down the field, gave it to Izzard, which resulted in the goal. One of the highlights in the Bombers line-up today. Oh, Coates across to Manane, who can't kick straight. Floats this one high down towards Scott. At the back there is Madden. Madden juggled a little, but took the mark nevertheless to Foles. Long kick out of defence now down to Donnell and Merritt. They're not talking, but oh, a good catch there from Merritt, but Donnell almost upset him. And Merritt, well, they won't be allowed to play it. It'll have to come back. Merritt wasn't on his mark, so Merritt will take the kick from a few metres back. Didn't matter. Bahaj is there to take it from him. Boots it quickly up towards half forward. Marked there by Baker. Well, it's not half forward. It's virtually on the wing. Baker, an economical player, a very direct player. Kicks the ball straight down to half forward. Salmon's there. Pertworth knocking away from him. That was Harvey to the men running through. Gotch for the Lions, gets it over the top, looped it over the top, in fact. Lions fighting it out, but the scoreboard's really against them now as they trail by 38 points.
They're down by just 7 at three-quarter time. They've added just 2 behind so far in this final term. It's been all Essendon. Logan in there for Fitzroy, trying to get the ball out, as is Donnell for the Bombers. Umpire Bryant will bounce. In front of the Morton Pavilion. Salmon right down the ground, gets it as far as Walsh. Osborne the opportunity. Out to Williamson. Big fellow gives it on to Burke. Not a very good hand pass, and it's out of bounds. Essendon club Dr. Bruce Reid just going across the centre of the picture there. Worried about the number of injuries in the Essendon list. The Salmon gets it away to Thompson. Harris. Well tackled by Thompson. Kicked away by Thornton for Fitzroy. Roos, good hands over Walsh. Who goes diagonally across the ground to Conlon, who's got a bit of space, but that ball went almost backwards. Away goes Conlon, but he's being forced to run towards the boundary line. He gives it to Manane, who tries to knock it back to Conlon. A little bit flashy, and there'll be a boundary throw in.
Yes, a bit flashy, a bit undisciplined. Again, it underlines that lack of options further up, though, that Fitzroy have been really lacking all day, some focal point to really direct the ball to.
Merritt now rucking. Madden having a spell at full back. Thornton leading with the boundary line too close.
Big last quarter from the Bombers. They've kicked 5 goals, 3 to Fitzroy's solitary 1 behind. Swamped them in this final term in just about every position. Still, it was a great effort by the Lions in the first half, and they led quite well in the third term. Something like 9 points or so. Ball coming down to the half-forward line to Quinlan. No, that's a fine grab. He's not allowed to take it. Falls for Essendon, boots it out of defence quickly. Half-forward line. Battle on here. Gotch takes it. The running Coleman gets it. Oh, and it's taken right off his boot by the brilliant Baker. Oh, sold it well. He's run right from the centre of the half-forward line and gives it a long one to Salmon, who's edged out by Pert, and Pert takes a nice mark after a keen piece of play.
Salmon looking for the free. Wasn't rewarded. Pert on to Coleman. They haven't got many moving targets, Fitzroy, when they go forward. Hurd in front of Wilson to spoil. Bahaj is well tackled, manages to break out of it. Eustace, Bradbury, kicks the ball long. Oh, here's a chance for Harvey. Mistakes by the Fitzroy defence. Harvey gets pushed over. No free kick for that. Pert spears it away to Thornton. Oh, he made a mistake. Big Salmon chasing him. Logan Shepherd's well. Big Salmon gets crashed behind the play, and he'll get a free kick. Round tidy shepherding by Logan.
There may be a report for that, I think.
And the Fitzroy centre man's having his number taken.
It's a bit of a pity, really, because that incident happened because Salmon had run about 40 or 50 yards and was almost making ground on Thornton at that stage. It was an excellent effort by the big chap, showing that he doesn't just receive the ball, he's also prepared to chase players out of the forward line.
Showed pretty good agility then, didn't he, for a big man?
Yeah, he's quite quick. He's very quick, actually. And unnecessary play by Logan. It was easy to shepherd him without going that high.
Pencil and notebook goes back in umpire Bryant's pocket. Salmon is able to take his kick. He's well out from goal at half forward. Covers plenty of distance. A beautiful long kick. And the mark has been paid, I would say, to Bernie Quinlan, who was up very high.
Here we go again with this farce of kicking over the mark.
Now it's Pert. Umpire Howe. Must have been a big lecture on this during the week at the umpire's training, I'd say.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, doesn't kick it this time. Rubs it in their nose and gives it quickly across to Coleman. Coleman has a short kick this time to Harris. Harris on the back line to the half-forward line, or Fitzroy forwards in a little bit of two minds at the moment, and that's the result. Just taken away very easily by Foulds for the Bombers with a beautiful long kick right out of Salmon. He wasn't ready for it, and waiting on the boots was Bahaja, who marked it on the grass. What a beautiful piece of judgment from the smallest, or the second smallest player on the ground. Bradley Gotch is the smallest player. Bahaja's running in now for his 18th kick. Kicked one goal. So you can't say he's had a feast. And coming in now for Essendon's 20th. And he's made it. 2 goals for Bahaja.
Fitzroy's resistance starting to fall away fairly quickly here. Here we see Foulds, the centre of the ground, a lovely long kick, beautiful kick, and Bahaja waiting behind the pack. Everybody else misjudged it, but a very clever rover, sitting underneath it and taking a very easy chest.
All Essendon in this final term, they've added 6 goals, 3 to just 2 behind for Fitzroy, who go forward. Clever mark by Wilson. The Bombers finishing too strongly. Wilson to Scott. Good spoil by Madden. Hurd reading the play well, using his pace.
And the Bombers increased their lead before the final siren, eventually running out winners by 51 points after being in front by just 1 point at half-time. In the last quarter, they kicked 8-4 to 1-2. 8 goals to Paul Salmon, who's racing away to a big lead on the leading goal-kicking table. Michael Conlon of Fitzroy kicked 5. Bill Loken of Fitzroy was reported.